Oh, I gotta talk to people again. Oh, I don't feel like peopling today. Alright. But, I'm gonna work through it. Gotta get over it. Let's see here. Alright, so that's on. Refresh this. Being posted. And we are live there as well. All right. All right. Are we good to go?
Yeah.
All set.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. And all right. And we are live. Hello, welcome to Griffcast, episode 57, the Mature Nerd Podcast, where we talk about any and all things nerd, from video games, comic books, movies, computer technology, and or science. Hello, welcome to the show. Yeah, that's what I got today.
Sometimes we do it like William Shatner.
You already got to the most part.
It's like I was just like running with it. It's like I got it, and then it just my brain was like, hey, you know that thing that we did in it's like third grade? I'm like, what is this?
He had a squirrel moment.
Yeah. Anyway. All right, let's see here. Let me see if let's see. I gotta. Ooh, yeah. All right. We'd like to make an announcement here that today's episode is sponsored by Solips Fanaron. If you like any and all of the music that you hear today, go and check them out on SoundCloud under no affiliation. All right. Anyway, how's everybody doing?
Doing all right, man. Good. How about you guys?
Doing good.
All right.
I'm doing good. Just going through and I guess watching the last. I wouldn't say couple, at least like 50 episodes of Naruto.
Of what?
Naruto.
Oh, nice.
Are you saying? What's the first letter of the word you're saying?
Naruto.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
Naruto.
No! What?
What am I saying? Something wrong here?
Well, it was Naruto, right?
What?
It's
It's a
Naruto.
sequel. It's the sequel.
Look, it's an entire show to prove that Naruto smashed. That's all it is.
That's all I'm saying. Like that's like dang.
Listen. All of us knew.
The COVID.
All of us knew in like season 4 that Hinata was not going to take no for an answer. All right.
She was dedicated. It's a little bit of the stalker status, but no, isn't it? I'm trying to get at, isn't it? So you're saying Baruto?
Boruto.
Isn't it
It's Boruto.
It's Baruto.
It's Boruto.
Yeah.
What is burrito?
I don't know. I'm an
It's
uncultured.
Naruto. Naruto's next generation. That's what the name is.
It's a little burrito.
Little burrito, yeah. We'll call it little burrito.
Ooh. Like, listen, I'm an uncultured American swine, so you know, I can say however I want. And in our English language, it's Baruto. Anyway. Oh. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. How is
just
it?
want to give
How
a
is- I
quick thing really quick. I might pop in and out occasionally just because the wife is gone and I have 4 kids. So it's going to be some time. Just to let you know.
Same thing with Mimic over here. He's currently hoping for a foster to show up for his dog. Or
Yeah.
however,
I've been fostering a dog for a while, and I really want this thing gone. So if they show up during the show, I love you guys, but the dog's got to go. And I
Kids
love
are
dogs.
kids.
But, no, man, I was a single dad for a while. Like I'll take the brattiest kid. Like even when I was working in a daycare, I'll take the brattiest kid over this dog some days. She's just like, she'll look at you and like, all right, you gonna go outside? She's like, she'll run downstairs, look at you, pee. I'm like, I can't take it, man. The cognitive dissonance is killing me.
Oh, man. So I finally got around to watching Edge Runners. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That is definitely it fits definitely
Surprisingly good.
Yeah, the thing though is like that I like about it is they kept it depressing like the game. Like there is no happy ending. So like let's just say if they do a season 2, it's going to be a whole new cast.
Spoiler alerts.
Something that's been out on Netflix for like a month and a half.
Yeah.
Okay. There's been plenty of times that's on Netflix that I still haven't watched because I'm lazy because I'm too busy watching.
You scroll Facebook and get spoilers after day 2.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
There's always that one dude on the Facebook feed like, can you believe it? So and so. Man, I ain't seen that episode yet. Shut up. I work.
Let's just say you will hate Adam Smasher more.
How is that possible?
Yeah. Because like he went from a dick to god damn he's a dick. Let's see what else. So yeah, I'm playing the game again, but this time I modded the crap out of it, so I don't know what the game is supposed to be like anymore.
Like your car doesn't look like Thomas the Tank Engine or something, does it?
No, nothing like that. I put a lot of like what do I got? There's a lot of quality of life improvements that I made, like activating all of the fast travel points and yeah, among other things. Yeah,
Little things,
little thing. Yeah,
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
The funny part is though, is like I didn't have problems till today, and I'm running like 30 mods. So, and let me tell you, the amount of like smut you have to dig through to find the good mods. And you know,
any mod anymore. Oh my God, look up Mass Effect Andromeda mods. Like, because I was just trying to play that the other day, and I was like, oh, let me find a couple of mods, and I'm like, let me see what's popular. Holy crap!
Yeah.
I ain't never seen such a large collection of digiboobies in my life. I'm serious.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Like,
It looked like the Skyrim board after 24 hours. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we should like tone this down a little bit because, like, if everybody finds out that, like, all your favorite games are basically porn if you want them to be.
Welcome
like,
to Nexus
on PC.
mods.
Yeah, like if on PC, basically, like you could play God of War and run around as Debbie from Debbie Does Dallas, as Kratos,
The greatest mod ever made, however, is to turn the dragons in Skyrim into Macho Man Randy Savage.
Macho Man.
I haven't seen that
Yeah,
one.
so instead of like roaring, you hear "Oh yeah" in like the sky, and like he shows up and it's got a Macho Man head, and he just spouts Macho Man quotes while he breathes fire at you. That's it.
That's hilarious.
I think the best collection of mods I ever saw was somebody they turned all their dragons into Thomas the Tank Engines, and then they turned all their horses into My Little Ponies, and then they turned themselves into Deadpool. And like they were using their horse to ride the train through the sky. And yeah. Shit and rainbows everywhere. But yeah, so
Why that wasn't DLC for the Deadpool game, I have no idea.
you would think at least they would have made like a cameo.
At least.
Give a call out to it. But all right, so this one was kind of interesting because I kind of see this from both sides of this. So Helena Taylor has been the voice of Bayonetta since Bayonetta 1. All right. And she is currently urging fans of the series to boycott the next game. She didn't get the job because she wanted more money. Now, they offered her $4,000 to do all the voice work. Now, that seems pretty low. On average, like that seems pretty low. But the industry standard is $250 a day. And that's the industry standard. That's what they're paying the person they got to replace her, is $250 a day. But they were expecting her not to have any more than 4 days worth of work. So she was going to theoretically make 4 times the industry standard to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where to stand on this. Because one, I'm like, oh wow, you would have thought that was a lot higher for the industry standard for voice work.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like, why are you complaining about 4 times the industry standard? I mean, that's allegedly 4 days, but they wanted to pay her a flat rate. So if she signed a contract for a flat rate and she needed to do 7 days worth of work, then she's losing
She would
money.
only still, yeah.
And we don't know all the specifics either. Could that included, like, if they decided to do DLC, was she obligated to come back and just spout shit off for that too?
Right.
You know,
Like,
how much of her time?
None of that was out there. So, like, I'm half tempted to take her side on this. Because even
Considering the basic rates that you're quoting, I'm willing to take her side just on the basic fact that they should pay people more, period. Because you think about it, like, they sell 60 copies of that game and she is paid. And
Yeah.
that's her getting 4 times the amount. I mean, that's you're going to sell a lot more than that, guys.
Yeah. Well, especially since the franchise itself has a massive following, and this is the first time they're launching it on Switch.
Yeah.
Like, it's day one on Switch. So, like, they're opening up their possible audience dramatically.
Correct.
So, I don't know.
So, I mean, you know, proportionately, yeah, she might have gotten more money, but, I mean, come on, you can't... She is such a big part of the game, and you can say, oh, you can replace the voice. People are going to notice. People know when you do that shit. People care.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, I hate it when they replace voices in a game.
yeah.
I think they replaced the voice for Kratos in every single God of War.
What's his name is back, though, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Christopher
Yeah,
Judge.
Christopher Judge, yeah.
Judge is doing, Ragnarok again, but I'm pretty sure there's been a different voice actor for Kratos for
I think you're right.
a whole game of God of
Well,
War.
like, well,
Nobody
the first two
Nobody
games,
complains.
yeah, the first 2 games, they didn't really. You weren't playing them for the voice acting, you know.
No.
Mm.
You were playing them for blood, gores, and boobs.
All right, now, if you told me that you paid the original God of War actor $250 a day, I'd been like, okay, I'll stand there for $250 and go, die! Like, you know, I'll do that.
Right?
Oh, dude, that does sound low, though. But I guess,
Right?
like, are we talking motion capture too, or are we just talking about just?
Oh, that's
this
voice.
is
Just
just voice
voice.
acting. Like, listen, like, I will be the first to, like, you know, on the whole voice change thing. Like, I'll be the first. Like, you know, if anybody but Lance Reddick shows up to play Zavala, like, I'm out. Like, they changed the voice actress for Ikora, which worried me because it took me like a month to realize it. They got somebody in house to do her voice now versus, you know, who they were paying, which she got done did dirty. I mean, did dirty. But I don't know, like that actually seems really low though. Like 250.
It seems dirty low. My computer's being slow and it's not pulling up the calculator, but I'm trying to do 250 divided by 8. It's not even quick math. Somebody, you have a calculator right on your desk. I don't know why we're not using it right now. Is it even powered on? Is it still in the case? There it is.
I
Yep.
knew it.
What's 250 divided by 8? I'm doing 8 hours for a standard work day.
I mean, times day. Oh yeah. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. I see what you're doing. 250
standard 8 hour work day.
Equals $31.25 an hour. That's
It's not terrible, but
For somebody who has, and I watched the video, I saw what she listed. I mean, all those years of training, the things that she did. That's all you can command.
Yeah, that's one of those things. It's well, what's that old proverb of the tech specialist? And proverb with the tech specialist. Figure that one out. Where the guy shows up, fixes the problem in 5 minutes, and they're like, and then gives them the bill, and they're like, why is the bill so high? And he goes, what's his name said he would have done it for, a third of this. And he goes, well, you could pay him a third of it to come in here and ruin this, or you could pay my price to have me fix it in 5 minutes, and that's also paying for the 10 years of training it took me to get to be able to fix this problem in 5 minutes.
Yeah, he was talking about like having like the years of experience to be able to fix it in 5 minutes and do such an efficient job.
Yeah. So like,
because I mean, you got to admit, if you bring a newbie in who can just sound like her, you're going to spend longer in that booth with them because they aren't as good. They haven't had the training. They can't hit those marks as quick. You pay her.
Not only that.
Bang, bang, bang.
It's her character. She was there from day one. Everything to do with Bayonetta, she's there. So, like I said,
she's been there for those choices. She knows what they are. She knows the character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, it's kind of curious what's like. I want to see where this goes. But at the same time, like it's 50-50. Like a part of me like wants to back the company up. Because, like, wow, you're paying her a lot more than the industry standard. And then at the same time, like, I want to back her up because that's actually... If you have to sacrifice your entire work week for that. Like, you have to line up... I get it. When you're a voice actor, you have to constantly line up work. It's like being a contractor. You have to constantly line up work. So you're not sitting idle. You're not sitting there idle between every job. They're I know voice actors are not Hollywood actors, and they can't just do one movie and retire.
Right.
So I don't know. Like I said, I'm 50-50.
I'm now interested in like what is Nolan North's rate?
Right.
What does he charge?
Dude, but he's also like he's just in projects like all the time.
Yeah.
Man. I hear him all the goddamn time.
And does he get in like a cut rate like $4,000 for like a week's work? Is that why he's in everything? He's like, man, I need to be able to afford my car payment.
Yeah.
Like, you're damn right I'm going to show up for another game.
But yeah, I'm like, what the hell did you do to your hand?
Me? Oh, it's been like this, man. It's been like... Anyway... It's a lot better. It's not as bad as it used to be.
I didn't know TCP was part of the Weapon X project. Just, it's better now.
Dude, I mean, he must be paid a bunch. Google's trying to tell me that Nolan North's net worth is $13 million.
That's... And he's on almost exclusively voice work?
I bet you he makes most of his money not on voice work, though.
It's probably a lot of...
Probably appearances.
Appearances and also royalty.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the thing. Get the royalty clause in your contracts, people. That's what, what's his name did with Star Wars. The original actor for Obi-Wan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He actually hated Star Wars. Like, he hated doing the job. He didn't want to do it, but he took the job. And he's like, listen, he goes, I don't want to check up front. I want royalties. And he got that set up, and yeah.
And then spent the rest of his life hating the fact that people knew him more for Star Wars than, like, a bridge over Iwo Jima.
Yeah. I mean, same thing with, wow, I am at a loss for freaking names today. Oh. Speaking of names, God, what was, let me come over here, because we had it up in, where is it? Harrison Ford. Like, he absolutely hates Star Wars now because nobody knows him outside of being,
He's Harrison Ford to me. I don't know him as Han Solo. He's Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And
it depends on your nerddom, too. Like, some people are going to be like, oh, man, it's Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for long.
And you're going to have that one weird dude that's going to show up at every convention. He's like, can you say get off my plane?
That's funny. That's a good
Speaking of names that I can't remember, the actor who played Hagrid in the Harry Potter movies, he passed away a couple days ago.
Yeah, I saw that.
Robert Cauldron.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce
Coltrane.
his name. Yes.
All right, so TCP, this one's on you here. So what's going on with the 4080?
Which one?
Oh, I read that.
Are you talking about like the 12 gigabyte version? Okay, so I did a little bit of research, like in like knowing. So at first I thought they were just like it was the same card. So they had the 4080 16 gigabyte version, and then the 12 gigabyte version. And at first I thought they were the same exact card, just with different VRAM specs, I guess, for like budget builds or whatever. Just determine whether you need that VRAM or not, whether you want to pay out that much money for it. So actually. So what I had learned is that for the 4000 series, they actually got rid of. They are not planning to launch a 4070. So instead of having a 4070, they're just like, oh, we're just gonna have two 4080s. The 12 gigabyte version actually has lower specs. When it comes to CUDA core, memory bus speed and other things like that. It is a 4070, just labeled 4080 12 gigabyte version. And
that's actually dirty.
It's so fucking dirty. Now that I've been actually looking into it, I'm like, dude, that's so fucked up. And everyone knows now that they're just going to Nvidia was going to just fucked up from day one. I'm surprised I missed this train, but
it's like
Nvidia's been fucked up from day one since announcing this, and everyone knows oh, the 4080 12 gigabyte version has been canceled. I guess I'm going to get a 4070 after all.
It's like EA pre-order bullshit levels of
yeah. Dude, and
that's like saying, hey, here's a Maserati, but and here's also a Maserati, but this one has a Toyota engine in it for a Civic.
Yeah. So, and the pricing
engine would
is
fly out of the hood, wouldn't be able to handle it.
The pricing is dirty. I forgot how much the 12 gigabyte version is. So I know we were doing price comparisons, and the 3090 last year was $14.99, so we'll just say 15, and then this year it's 16. The 3080 last year was launching at $800, I think, and now the 4080 is launching at 12. So that's a pretty decent price differential.
That's and what I read.
Yeah,
the 16 gig is launching at 12.
The 16 gig is 12. It's 1200, and I think the 12 gig was it was either 8 or 9.
It's 9.
It's 9. Yeah, and then the 3080 last year, like I said, was launching at 8. So yeah. So I guess the 4070, though unofficially announced, but we expect it to be coming now. So it's gonna launch at 9, when last year it was launching at almost 6. It was so cheap.
Jeez,
that's rough. That's rough.
So if you look at the everyone's like, oh, the 30 or the 4090 is $100 more than it was than the 3090.
I think I might keep my money with AMD for right now.
Yeah.
That's a dirty move though, because somebody's going to walk by the shelf and see, oh, 3080, I'm buying that right now, and then they get home and they plug it in and they're like, why can't I push this game? Oh, it's because 4080, and oh, it's because it's a 4070.
Yeah, so
that's dirty as shit. They should have just labeled it the 40. It's like they're just trying to save money on packaging.
Oh, well, that's the thing, because they had made all the 4080 packaging for the 12 gigabyte version. They sent it out to all their partners and everything. So now they have to pay all the partners, or the partners had paid for the packaging. So now Nvidia is taking the responsibility. They're paying everybody back for all the packaging that they've already done for the 12 gigabyte version.
Okay. And they're just not going to launch that one now, right?
No, they're not gonna. They're claiming they're not gonna launch it, but they're just gonna relabel it. We know it hasn't been officially said, but we know they're just gonna relabel the card.
Here comes the 4050. Here comes the 4050.
No, because they said they weren't doing a 4070. So now the 4070.
Yeah, they said they weren't gonna do a 4070, but here comes the 4050.
Now that I think about it, I don't remember them announcing 4060s or 4070s or even 3050 or 4050s.
Well, now they have a whole warehouse of them.
They were just I think they were just trying to do the 4090s and the two 4080s and to just call it a day.
All right. That's dirty as shit. That's dirty. That's lawsuit worthy, honestly, from shareholders.
It could be. I mean, I think their stock price, I do remember hearing their stock price dropped like after their announcements of some things, and now like it makes more sense.
Oh yeah,
like,
I mean that, and also them cutting the partnership with Evga.
Yeah, EVGA. I mean, that was on EVGA's though. I mean, they cut their ties and just bounced.
I mean, he's also one of their largest partners, so we'll see how it goes.
It was. I mean, I was kind of disappointed, man. I was looking to like I had like EVGA, like they have like the FTW3s, and I was looking forward to trying to get a 4090 FTW3, but then I was also looking at the Kingpins, like they had the Kingpin cards, and those things are just monstrous, evil monsters. I was just like, I want a Kingpin 4090, and they're just like, good luck, everybody. I was like,
yeah. All right.
So
this one I thought was kind of hilarious. So Dwayne Johnson is putting out leaks for his own movie. So we have a straight up Spider-Man scenario again with Tom Holland.
So
go ahead.
I don't know. Like it's kind of like I have negative thoughts now, not about Dwayne Johnson or anything, but like the movie. I'm like, is he trying to put out spoilers to try to get a little bit more of the hype train for this movie going?
Yeah, honestly,
I felt like this movie had like a little bit of hype, but now that like I think about it, like we haven't really seen too much of the movie. All we know is that his son killed him, died so that he could live, and that heroes don't kill people, but Black Adam does. And like I'm trying to go like over like, I guess like, I mean, of course we don't want trailers that give away too much of the movie and everything, but I'm going over all the trailers and the TV spots, and those two lines are in every single one of them.
So another thing though is that's very confusing is a lot of things I read, they say this is going to be the Thanos of the DCU, and then other things I read say this is an anti-hero.
Yeah.
And it's like, which is it? Because Black Adam started off, he was the villain. Like, he was hands down a villain. And then something happened.
I don't think he, even in the comics, I don't think he ever was an anti-hero. I think he was just always a villain. He was just always just
like
very Dr. Doom status.
Yeah.
Yes, he was just a brutal villain. Like, I was even just watching a clip today. There's like from, I forgot what it was. It was just, I guess, because of the Black Adam hype train, and he was just going through and just killing every one of the Justice League members. And I'm just like, why are we trying to? It's because The Rock is playing him, and we're just like, oh, The Rock's got to be good all the time, so we just make him an anti-hero, and Dwayne Johnson, had a vision for Black Adam, so. I don't know. I feel like they're gonna mess it up. They're gonna get a lot of flack from hardcore DC fans and stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the things I'm kind of worried about, and why they're probably not being way too open about it. It's like get the hype train rolling, and then just go silent.
Yeah. So and the one line that bothers me is Pierce Bronson, who playing, holy shit, it's
Dr. Fate.
Completely gone. Thank you, Dr. Fate,
yeah.
And it's having a Halo makeover where he's never really wearing the helmet, so he's not even really Dr. Fate. He's just a dude that puts on the helmet when he needs to suit up, I guess. I mean, Dr. Fate was just known for just like, oh, this is my host now. I don't care if this person has a life or not.
Yeah.
It's done. I'm never taking the helmet off.
I am your fate.
Looks like your fate is sealed, bud. Because this helmet is never coming off. I mean, I'm still watching like Young Justice, and like he's like, I'll give you 1 hour of one Sunday so you can spend time with your daughter, Zatanna. Zatara? So it's Zatara, right? And then the daughter is Zatanna. Those two names are like they're too close, so I get them mixed up. Yeah.
Yeah, you can have 1 hour on one day once a year.
Yes, it's 1 hour one day once a year. I'm just like, this dude never gives up the helmet. What are we making these movies for? Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, like. I think they're trying to like make it so that Pierce Brosnan's character is like Dr. Fate, even when he removes the helmet. He's just wearing the helmet just to have powers, but like we'll have to see when the movie actually comes out.
That does rip the character down quite a bit.
Yeah. But so that one line that bothers me, he's like, you can either be the destroyer of this world, or you can be its savior. I'm just like, in any of the shows or any of the comics, if someone were to say that to Black Adam, they wouldn't even. Why even? He even gave you a chance to talk. You're lucky. Black Adam was just ruthless.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah, the fact that he
Diabolical.
was talking to Hawkman at some point, played by Aldous Hodge, great actor by the way.
Yes, that was a great choice for them. I think
Yeah.
Bruce Brosnan's a great choice too. Sorry, anyway. continue.
Yeah, but the fact that he's even talking to Hawkman, and look, I love Aldous Hodge. Hawkman should scare me. Aldous Hodge does not scare me.
I think he's pretty scary.
The dude can act, but he does not scare me.
I don't know. I'm iffy. Like, I want to see it because one, I like Dwayne Johnson, and two, I love Black Adam. So,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think the movie's gonna be badass. I think it's gonna be badass, and there's gonna be a lot of shit happening.
so have you? Do you guys know what the leak is? Like the big leak?
Yeah,
Oh, you do? Like
Yeah.
I heard that he was giving out hints, and like it was just like I never followed up with it. I was just
Okay,
like,
so all right, I'll give you an idea. He did one on Twitter where he was tweeting at what's his name? Wow, I am at a loss for names.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah, Henry Cavill saying "Welcome home."
So then I do know it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, I remember seeing something that he was just like, oh, at some point, like he didn't, wasn't roughly, he's like, throughout the DCEU, not this movie specifically, but he's like, yeah, at some point, Superman fights Black Adam. I'm just like, so it's going to happen in the movie, isn't it?
Yeah,
That
like,
was-
they were going to make that a whole movie by itself if Black Adam did good.
yeah.
Like, that was the plan.
It's probably
But-
an after credit scene.
I mean, I'm down for it. Like, I like Henry Cavill. He's my favorite Superman. Like, he's been in some shit movies, but he is my favorite Superman. Same
Man
thing
of
with...
Steel. Man of Steel is a fucking masterpiece.
It is
And
good.
Anybody
It
that
is good.
anybody that hates Man of Steel has fucking problems. Man of Steel was a
It
fucking
was
masterpiece.
the other one that we don't talk about.
Man of Steel needed two things: more color and somebody to hold the fucking camera still.
Man of Steel only needs one thing, and that is a sequel.
It does need a sequel. It does, and I will say that wholeheartedly. But Michael J. Fox should not have held the camera for every action shot.
Oh,
up.
wow.
Dang. Dang.
Welcome to the show.
Coming with the heat.
Golly.
All right. I don't
Tell me
know.
I'm wrong.
I can't, but
Damn it! See, like I never had a problem with the camera work or anything in that movie. I thought it was good, and now I have to rewatch it and
Now,
just.
see, this is the thing. Like when he's first taking off, he's first flying in the camera. I get it. You want to show, holy shit, he's really going. But the whole time,
I really
like
don't-
eventually, like Christopher Reeve, like you flew with him. You're like, yeah, this is what it's like to fly with Superman. With this movie, it was, well, we're gonna hang on to the back of his cape. If you actually got a motherfucker who could fly and put a GoPro on his cape, that was what it would look like.
So clearly Joe has some, or Mimic has some issues with the cinematography.
we don't use real names.
Man, we got wars out here, bro. You can't be doing that.
Oh,
Not
I had to
mistaken
use his
word.
biblical name. All right,
I got to calm down. I'm being too mean.
here goes my Facebook ban again. All right, so this one I thought was kind of interesting. So there's been a lot of in the news for Call of Duty with PlayStation and the Microsoft Activision takeover. So the last thing I saw was that Sony will be 100% against it unless they get in writing that Xbox will not get anything exclusive to itself for Call of Duty. And until they get that in writing, they're like, we don't want this to ever happen. Because apparently, Call of Duty is one of their biggest moneymakers of all time.
So define, I guess any kind of exclusivity.
Like
Exclusivity.
skins, anything on the season pass, anything like that.
So that's a little fucked up for them to say because
They do that to
When-
everybody else.
Yeah, I was about to say, wait a minute, they do that.
When Activision, before Microsoft was buying Activision and Sony had like a partnership with Activision, and like PlayStation was the official console for Call of Duty, PlayStation was getting additional skins and content and maps. So what are you talking about, bud?
Man.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand like you're scared at some point that you don't want it to not be on your console, but you're like, if you're trying to say like, oh, Xbox can't get exclusive content, I mean, shit, games have been doing that for a while. Like, oh, if you pre-order it on PlayStation, you'll get this extra extra skin. You'll get this
they
extra
do that
mission.
for everything. Like they did that for Call of Duty. They do that for was it Battlefield? They did that for that crap.
Hogwarts, the Hogwarts game is getting an extra like an entire mission storyline if you buy it on PlayStation.
Damn.
And they almost had me. I'm getting ready to do it, but I'm like, nah, I definitely want it on PC.
Yeah, the Marvel Avengers game, like you could only get the Spider-Man DLC if you bought it on PlayStation or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Destiny 2.
You can't be doing that.
Yeah.
You can't be doing it, and then when it happens to you, you just be like, no.
You can't cry when it happens to you, boy. It don't work that way.
I'm a Sony fanboy, but I'm also fair. I'm also realistic. I understand.
Like if I was Microsoft's person right now, I'd be like, okay, like my response to that would be, okay, well, we're just gonna make 2 exclusive games just to piss you off.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd be like, all right, that's fine. We'll keep exclusive content for PlayStation. It's
like
just
I would specifically develop Call of
dildos.
Duty Tokyo or some bullshit just to be like.
So yeah, I'm kind of curious about that one. So this next one, you put this up in the news here, so join the Discord if you want. So apparently Microsoft tried to get Game Pass on PlayStation.
I saw that. I really didn't read too much into it. I don't know if it was just
It's
them
genius.
just trying to
It's absolutely
be
genius.
dicks. I mean,
but here's the thing.
it'd
Here's the
be
funny
good,
part
like-
about it. Here's the funny part about it. If you can get a browser to work on the console, you can get Game Pass going. Because you can do the streaming content.
ooh.
So that is
there's
the
a
thing.
way to get to the browser. It's hidden, but there is a way to get to a browser on PlayStation.
Well, so yeah, on PS5, you have to have somebody like message you with a link to the browser from outside the game or from outside the console. Because we had to talk about that on how to get Discord going.
Yeah, whenever Sony launches a new console, they like seal it off so you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Like when they launched the PS4, they didn't have a media section. You couldn't look at you couldn't plug stuff in from your drives to watch anything.
To watch like movies or play music or anything, you couldn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, Xbox has been doing that for a hot minute.
I think they opened it up after a while, but
It took them a while before they'd program it, and it was like that was the reason I upgraded because like that's what I was using the PS3 for. It's like we'll do it, and we got over. It's like son of a.
Like they need to get Discord up and running for them. Like that's a massive thing. Like that is a huge. Like I can tell you how many people would get on Discord who won't get on anything else. And like, or how many people refuse to get on Discord because they can't open it on their PlayStation. Like
You gotta have an earbud in, and then you gotta have your headset on.
yeah, like that is a thing, and like especially for like crossplay games. If you can hop onto a Discord server, you could talk to anybody on anything. Like, why would you not do this? I know, I get it. Sony wants people to use their proprietary system because they put a lot of work into their proprietary system that blows ass.
And now records you.
And now records.
Oh yeah.
well, that's why they
Use
don't want
our
Discord on there.
proprietary system so we can judge you. Do it, human.
I mean,
They're like, if they use Discord, then we can't record them and ban them for saying weird stuff.
Yeah, but like.
Right?
Like when you're playing on Sony, like we play together and start saying dumb shit to each other, we're all gonna get banned just for playing with each other, and we're like, "You're insulting." Like we hang out and do this. We're having fun. What's the problem?
Yeah. Which is why we will be on Discord.
Exactly.
yeah, facts.
Like, there's also another reason that I run my console's sound system through my PC, so that way I can use Discord. While on my console, chatting with the people on Discord who are also on a console.
They need to step their game up.
Yeah.
Sounds like PlayStation slipping.
But no, like the whole Game Pass thing, like that would have been hilarious. I mean, honestly though, from a business perspective, why would you not?
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. You know,
that is good. They're trying to.
But yeah, it's instant profit. It's like, hey, we get a cut of anybody who signs up for Game Pass on our PlayStation Network.
Right. And what's wrong with
And
running
think
those
about
games?
how many people don't have a PC, haven't signed up for it, and they're like, I can play any game I want for $10 a month, and all I gotta do is just click. Hell yeah! Like people will click that shit so quick. PlayStation, like let's say they get $3 out of every 10, right? Or let's say they get 5 out of every 10. How many thousands of subs are you gonna get on the first day alone?
Yeah. Well, not only that, you are now making your console the console.
The console. Because I was just thinking the same thing. I'm like,
There would be literally
Xbox would take
no
a massive
game.
hit.
Yeah, but they wouldn't because they'd still have the subscription fee.
They would have the subscription fee, but they would no one would buy their consoles anymore. You're telling me like, oh, I can get a PlayStation and have the PlayStation exclusives, and then all the Xbox games and
They don't make their money on the consoles.
Gears, Halo. I mean, yeah, no one ever does, but I mean,
Yeah, it's all in the
it's not that-
software.
yeah. But
Like,
still,
why would you not do that? Like, I mean, like it's great for the consumer because shit, everything I want to do is right here on this one console. I ain't gonna.
I
Sorry. It's like blah, blah.
Well, I mean, the way that everybody's been pushing, I mean, even since Google Stadia, and you know, everybody wants to do this, where, oh, you have to subscribe to us and buy the games here, and that's how it's going to be. They love that model because they lock you in, and they want to push to it, but stuff like this will really push people away from it. So Sony is kind of slow to shift, and I think that's just because they want to make more money that way.
Hey, you want to use Game Pass on our PlayStation? You still have to have PlayStation Plus. They making money. Like you can get Game Pass on the PlayStation, never buy a PlayStation game, and you could still be supporting Sony. Like, there's probably a reason I'm not a shareholder. So,
it also, this kind of concept also makes me wonder, like, how easily it would be to run Xbox games on a PlayStation.
they're basically the same console.
Yeah, I mean, you never remember, like, back in the day, like, I would get, like, you had, like, some 360 discs, and you would put it in your PlayStation to see if it would run. To see if it were, you just checking. Just checking.
Oh, what was it? Was it Twisted Metal 2? You could put into any other thing that could read a disc, and it would read it as a CD, and it was the Rob Zombie album.
I was gonna say, I think it was the soundtrack. Yeah.
There were a lot of games like that where they had albums on there.
Yeah, and
like the regular PlayStation.
Yeah, and that was the great part about it. Those you never knew which ones. You had to test them all. You know, sitting there putting Crash Bandicoot in. What do I hear? Ooh, it broke something.
Yeah, you put one in, it's like, oh, it's going to play something. You're like, I don't really hear it. You turn it up, and all of a sudden,
Oh my goodness, yeah, I remember those days.
yeah.
I mean, the little things that the kids today will never have to deal with.
Yeah,
Or
like
never
when
get to
technology was
experience.
new and we didn't know shit.
Yeah.
What happens when we put this disc in here? Like, we did this shit so you don't have to.
You guys ever see that the videos? I think he's got a YouTube channel of the guy who like just does all kinds of things with electronics, but he always ends up electrocuting himself. Like that was everybody in the late 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. That was everybody doing everything. It's like, well, I didn't die and it didn't work, so we're gonna move on. Oh, hey, I didn't die and it worked.
That's why your grandparents asked you to set the VCR time.
Oh, I was about to be
Oh, honey,
sarcastic.
the power went out. Can you set that for me?
Oh, yeah. All right, so we got 2 quick ones here on Gotham Knights.
Ooh, right. Sorry. Super excited for Gotham Knights. Continue, sir.
I was until I realized that I'm not getting the whole game for a month after buying the damn thing.
Oh, you were getting the game. I know what you're about to say. I'm gonna let you say it first, but
Actually, you know what? I don't care because I would never play
bonus.
I would actually never play a multiplayer, but so that one actually,
Multiplayer.
huh? Do what?
Ew, multiplayer.
So yeah, so Gotham Knights is getting multiplayer a month after release. I don't know what to say about that. Like, was this supposed to be part of the initial release and you just late to it? Because like everything about the game screamed multiplayer from the first trailer.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're getting like it's like a free 4-person multiplayer. You know, I mean, I don't know too many details about it, but I'm like, so when they first announced like, hey, this game's gonna be multiplayer, they're just like, it's 2-player co-op. You know, you choose a character and you can have another friend go choose a character and you can go do missions together, and that's what they were, you know, straight up about. And, you know,
Okay,
there's
so
4 playable characters.
that's day one.
Yes, day one.
Okay.
All right, day one you have 2-player
this is less
2-player
news then.
co-op. Yeah, it's less news. I mean, it's still kind of cool news, but like in my eyes, this is an extra. This is a bonus. It is a bonus because now you can do.
My question was
4-player
going to
co-op.
be: is do they consider the multiplayer a different mode than the single-player campaign with friends?
Yes,
Like,
I think it's a
some
different.
games do that, so like I kind of have to ask their definition sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fair enough. So this one though, this one was kind of interesting. They are capping it at 30 FPS on consoles. Now, most people on consoles are not going to notice unless you have a next-gen console like a PS5 or a Series X.
Yeah.
I mean, I just I'm baffled. Baffled.
You know, everybody here is kind of a connoisseur of 60 FPS plus, and
Yeah. I
This is
don't
why I'm
think
buying
there's,
it on PC.
I don't think there's a game that I get anything under 100. Like, so when you're saying, "Oh, hey, we're gonna cap you at 30," say what?
Considering the quality of recent games, like I've been going back and playing old games I just never got to play, and if you uncap the frame rate on some of them things, like it turns everything into like either super speed or a rubber band, and sometimes that actually makes the game better. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I was playing Mass Effect Andromeda, and I was like, what happens if I mess with the frame rate? Like, all of a sudden, like, shit starts flying into space when I shoot it with the shotgun. I'm like, I love this gun now.
I did that for Dead Space. Like I uncapped the frame rate and shit was getting fucking weird. Like everything would just like start vibrating. Like dead bodies would just vibrate and they would vibrate across the floor.
Oh god.
You hear them like bouncing around. Like it made the game scarier too, because like you would hear them like just bouncing around and like objects like in the ceilings and stuff.
I
and,
know
like,
a guy on YouTube who did this. He's got his playthrough where he talks about it, and you can see like he shot something in zero gravity, so the corpse is up there just doing this in zero gravity, like doing circles faster and faster. So
God.
he's over there predicting how fast it's going to have to spin to generate its own fucking electricity.
Yeah, it was hard. It's like hard grabbing stuff, and there's one like when you first go to the medical wing, with like the medical level for the first time. There's just like a shitload of body bags on the floor when you step out of the tram. Yeah, and they just all start vibrating it, and there's like 100 bodies on the floor, and they're all vibrating. It's really fucking freaky.
And they just start going. Blah, 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 blah.
Like as you walk over them, they start shooting off. Just
Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna stay out of that
Actually,
one.
this is one of those cases where rubber banding improves the actual aesthetic of the game, because it will fucking cost you sanity like a fucking Cthulhu game.
The worst part though is like you couldn't use the mini map. So like you pull up the mini map and like you try to like, even as like you lightly touch it to like to rotate it and find your orientation, it would just you just can't see the mini map. So if it's your first time playing, you have no idea where you're going.
Oh man. But anyway, so maybe
And the plasma cutter is the worst offender for all of this bullshit. Oh, I hit a limb. Tumble.
So
anyway, back to 30 FPS.
Is
That
it coming to
sucks.
PC?
You can't do that.
Yes. So this is why I'm saying like I had this rule before and I've broken it a few times and I've been disappointed in myself. I need to stop doing it. But like, if a game is coming out on console and PC, you just buy it on fucking PC and you won't ever have any issues. You won't have any issues. But there's been like one or two like Kenna Bridge of Spirits. And like the game is magical. It's lovely. I've been playing it a lot recently since the new update came out, and like with New Game Plus and like different clothing, so on and so forth. Oh, the game is so perfect. The game should have been Game of the Year. Anyway, I bought it on PlayStation, and I'm just like, sometimes I'm looking at it, I'm just like, it would have been so much prettier if I would have bought it on PC. I should have just did it. Should have just did it, but I didn't.
All right, guys. I actually have to go. Somebody's going to come get this dog. I'm going to have a great day. You guys have fun.
Take it easy, man.
You good, bud.
All right, see you, man.
All right, so I thought this was kind of funny. Apparently, MrBeast wants to run for president when he's actually eligible. MrBeast is a YouTuber who
lost me at YouTuber.
I mean, honestly though, like some of the stuff that he's got going on, I'm like, maybe you wouldn't be bad. I mean, it can't be any worse than what we have. I mean, that is a low bar. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to get too political there. All right, so moving on. CD Projekt Red has a new Cyberpunk game in the works. Well, not only do they have a new Cyberpunk game, they actually have like 3 Witcher games also in the works.
Yeah, 3 different Witcher games.
And a new Cyberpunk IP.
Oh, damn it. Is one of those Witcher games going to be, are they considered Witcher 3, the next gen release?
Probably.
To be one of those games?
Probably.
Okay, that's a little bit on the lame side.
And they probably have like another one of those card games too.
Gwent. Gwent for PS5. Those are our 2 games that we've been working on. Or 2 of the 3 games. And then, Witcher 4. Is it going to be Witcher 4 or is it going to be like a Witcher reboot?
I hope for 4. Like,
I think I've heard
the games are close-ish to the books.
Mm-hmm.
Like the show is closer to the books than the game is, but it really gives everything kind of a good visual. So,
I feel like I heard there was also going to be like a series solo Witcher game.
I don't know about that. I don't know how the author feels about that because he's I guess he's back on the payroll, the original author for the series.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember that where he took CD Projekt Red to court over royalties. Yes.
No, my background is just being weird.
Oh,
I'm messing up.
like, teach. All right, so I'm just speeding through a couple of these real quick, and we'll get to the last one because we're running low on time here. All right, so World of Warcraft, after 17 years, is finally allowing cross-faction mob targeting. So, am I the only one here who's played Wild? You've played World of Warcraft, right?
Yes, I have.
All right. So, you know that if you're not on a PvP server and you run up and attack somebody, say you're Horde, for the Horde, and and say the Horde guy runs up and tags something, and then you run up and tag it, you get no credit because the Horde guy got all the credit, and vice versa. They are now making it so that no matter who hits it, you get credit. Only took them 17 years.
Yeah, I mean, long enough, but I'm guessing they finally got enough people saying like, this should happen, this should happen.
That's the one interesting thing that they're doing this expansion, because this expansion coming out next month, like, this is the first time that I have not ordered an expansion 6 months in advance, because like I'm not even going to re-up my account. But the one interesting thing they're doing is they're going to make it so that you can play with opposing faction characters. So like dungeons and raids and stuff like that, you'll be able to bring in, like, say if you're Horde, for the Horde, and you bring in you can bring in alliance members to run the raid or dungeon with you.
Oh, nice.
So
okay. So I mean, that's allegedly. Oh, great.
Like, I mean, I don't have it in writing in front of me, so I can't say it outright. But that is pretty much what they were saying during the Q&A after they launched the trailer. Like, to me, like they launched a new class and it looks boring, and they launched a new race and it's boring, and the new class can only be part of the new race, and the new race can only be the new class. So I have no ambition. God damn it, Solipes, you got me again. Why is it always that song?
Every time.
Oh, all right. So, here we go. Here comes the interesting one. What the fuck is going on with Twitch? All right, so anytime that you pull up news here recently, it's streamers calling for the cancellation of other streamers.
That's so dumb.
All right, one, shut the fuck up, because it's none of your goddamn business, and those people can have the same opinion as you. While you can voice your opinion about them, they can also voice it about you, which then creates a harassment environment, and therefore you, who will started this whole thing, are now going to be the hero in a scenario where you are actually the villain. And we've only seen that 100 million times go on. And then also, like, the top 10 streamers right now are people who don't do anything with video games.
Nothing.
Yeah. I remember when Twitch was started just to do video games, and now it's just
Like, don't get me wrong, like,
you can be a hot tub streamer.
yeah, it's only fans before OnlyFans was a
like,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, I'm half tempted to go get a bikini and a mini pool and set it up right here. Like,
Dang.
We can do Griffcast in the pool.
Yep. Absolutely.
like I'm, you know, because I guarantee you I would get banned in a day. Like, not even, like 5 minutes. You know, as soon as like
I don't know,
one
man.
person pops in.
I ended up
it's-
getting more views.
Get more views, yeah. If we start showing our feet,
Oh, apparently
Yeah.
guys
Market
built
for that.
speed, man.
Yeah. So now I get it. Sex sells. It does.
mhm.
There's a lot
there
of
has to be a
irony
li-
here. There's a lot
There has
of
to be a
irony.
limit. There's a limit.
You're just taking advantage of the platform that was not designed for it.
Yeah, well, exactly. Like, I mean, but, you know, I'm not against it being on there, but at the same time, it's taking. All right. Here's the irony. All of these people that are those top streamers who are selling themselves are against objectification of women while objectifying themselves for men.
Awkward moments create
Wait, what?
awkward moments.
Wait, what? Wait, what? You are against objectifying women,
While
but
turning
you
yourself.
in turn objectify yourself live. Okay.
Irony? Like, seriously, like so, like, I mean, I don't really have a where to go with this topic, but it's more of an observation. And like I said, like, I don't mind adult activities in most things, but at the same time, there does need to be a limit. Honestly, like, I'm starting to get opinions about certain things, and while, you know, they just won't be popular, but I don't know, like, why is somebody in a bikini making more money than somebody who is basically a pro athlete? I mean, they're not an athlete, but they are on the level.
Technically, video gaming is an actual sport.
Trying to get in the Olympics, bud.
It is a sport.
But like seriously, like, I'm sorry, the top League of Legends player should be making more money than somebody who goes, "Oops."
You're making money based off your views. You're making money
You
based
did that
off
way
your.
too well.
He trains them. He trains them.
I've had my experience with a couple of other gamers, and that's literally all they do. Anytime they get killed, it's the first thing they do, and I'm almost like,
I like, seriously, like, if that comes across the kill feed, like, I will probably die because I'll be laughing too hard. Like, not gonna lie, like, all right, but yeah, no, like, that's like the hypocrisy behind the whole, like, you know, don't objectify women, but we're going to objectify ourselves for the sake of making money, which is called pornography. And there's a whole industry for that. There's also a whole another platform, two platforms specifically designed for that.
Mm-hmm.
But
what's the second one?
Huh?
What's the second one?
Pornhub.
Okay, that's fair. You can push your own content there.
Yeah. I actually thought about moving the podcast to there. You can. Like it does. Like it.
I'm just thinking about the comment section right now.
And I did a restart randomly. What the heck?
Do what? You good? Wild, you good?
Okay.
Technical difficulties. You're still open. We can still see you and hear you.
I can't hear anybody. Just so you know.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because this is the mic that's connected to here. I'm guessing once it finally boots up, I'll be good. Because all of it goes through my gaming PC.
I have no idea what's going on. Anyway.
Yeah. So like I thought about doing that just for like a week or two, just see what happens.
Sometime today.
And, until like, the comment section would be like, "Oh, hey, this is interesting," because like I've actually seen like,
maybe.
I just admitted that I've been there and seen some of the stuff. So.
All right, there we go. Now
no taking it back. No take backsies. But yeah, you're right. Like the comment, like the comment section would be like, "Hey, can I see your foot?" But
It'd just be roasting us. Just like,
which I'm not against, but like my feet are uglier than Hobbit feet, so
that's probably like why would you get so many views then? Because people are like, that's not real. Oh my god, it is. Why do his toes look like that?
Yeah,
you got them Dobby feet.
Yeah, like my big toe looks like a bagel bite.
It's kind of like when you pass by a car crash. I mean, it's horrific and you don't want to see it, but you just can't help but to look
anyway. You still look anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know, like, but yeah, there's platforms for this stuff, so it's like, Twitch is banning people for stupid shit, but they won't ban people for basically having porn on their account, which is against their.
You're not showing any nudity. If you're not showing any nudity, and you're not showing the act of penetration, or I guess scissoring, and then it's fine.
Now the thing is, also on top of that, you have, because obviously a lot of kids are on Twitch as well.
This is where all their views come from.
Yeah.
So you got little Timmy sitting underneath the covers with his cell phone or his tablet.
Yeah, the parents probably don't think about that. Parents are like, "Hey mom, can I have your credit card so I can start a Pornhub account?" No. I'm like, "Hey mom, can I get some Twitch subs?"
Oh my goodness.
And yeah, that's how they get away with it. And just like, what is this $200 towards Twitch? It's just me, subbing some people's channels. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. She said thank you to me. She loves me.
Oh my goodness.
I saw a meme today. I didn't send it to the group. I should have. This guy, like, he bought a Twitch streamer, like a PlayStation 5 and 3.
Oh, I put that in the chat. I put that in there.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, you reacted.
Oh, so that's right. That's where I saw it. That's right. I even responded. Yep. I said submissive as fuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bought her a PS5 and two 3090s, and she was like, my Twitch sub. Like, and then underneath it, it says, all of this work just to be called a Twitch sub. Wah, wah. I'm sorry, but like, if you lose the house because you think a streamer loves you, it's your own damn fault.
Yeah.
So, on that note, thank you for everybody coming and watching. I hope you had a good time. Be smart with your money. Don't give it to Twitch Thoughts.